Hello, my name is Michael Garrick, and this is PoppinCulture Movie Reviews. My guest today is comedian Jermaine Glass. The movie that we'll be reviewing is Talladega
Talladega Nights.
Talladega.
Talladega Nights.
What he said. I practiced too. Practice so hard, bro. Practice so hard. I'm not doing another take. That's good. Thank you so much, man.
It's a tongue twister.
I went to public school. This is this is a 100% spoiler review. But before we spoil the movie, Jermaine, do you believe they should watch it?
Oh, of course. Listen, absolutely hilarious movie. Especially, listen, me personally, I have me a couple drinks and then I be rolling, and it got so many great scenes and quotes, and I find myself a lot of time I be saying stuff now, just randomly, and people who haven't seen it like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you never watched Talladega Nights? They're like, nah. I'm like, man, come on, you need to watch this movie. It's hilarious. It is hilarious.
I'm just like Jermaine. I believe you guys should watch it. When you watch it, please remember that this movie came out in the middle to late 2000s. So just make sure you remember that when you hear some of the jokes, that this came out in the middle to late 2000s. Everything past this point is 100% spoilers. My first question for you, Jermaine, is: could this movie be made now?
Absolutely. It can. This is one of those movies can stand the test of time.
Do you remember the jokes?
Oh yes, I do. and that's one of the things, because even if people was to try to find something, be like, we gonna need to cancel this movie.
Wouldn't be hard to find.
Oh no, not at all. But it's one of those things, because first of all, Will Ferrell is just not only a phenomenal actor, but of course a comedic actor, and he's one of those actors. He find that boundary, and he could go make a movie where it pushes that, but it's so crazy and far fetched that you can't help but be entertained. Because he chooses movies and role people be like, not gonna work. For example, Elf. Hollywood saying, no, that's stupid. It's not gonna work. Christmas time come around, that's one of the top 3 movies that's always being shown.
Yep.
But Hollywood like, no, that's stupid. It's not gonna work.
True. This movie is so quotable. Do you have some favorite quotes?
Oh, listen. If you're not first, you're last. Remember that, people. You're not first, you're last. All right. And I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew right now. No, I'm not. I'm really drinking water, but
Yeah, I love the prayer scene.
Oh my God!
And
yes.
Thank you for my smoking hot wife. Like, what?
And dear God, sweet baby Jesus. And the grandfather's like, he was a man. He had a beard. He said, well, I like the baby Jesus. He said, you do prayer, you can do whatever version of Jesus you want to do. I like the baby Jesus. And then his buddy, he said, well, I like to think of Jesus just in a tuxedo. Oh God, I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry.
I mean, even the scenes where he has like a tiger in the back seat for no reason.
Oh yeah. He said, so you telling me if I calm down, then that tiger won't maul me? He said, yep. He said, if not, the tiger gonna do what it was designed to do.
And then just a couple of scenes later, the tiger back there chilling. He just driving normal. Like.
Yeah, and then that scene right there when the tiger was staring at him, and he was moving side to side, and the tiger just followed him. Oh man, that movie is so many great moments.
Yes. The one thing I noticed, because I watched it earlier today, I forgot that was a great cast.
Oh yes.
Like
it was loaded.
Yeah, I mean just perfect cast, and the chemistry between him and I forgot his name just that quick. His buddy, they were Step Brothers.
Yeah, dang. Gosh.
But great actor on his own. Even when he does serious roles, he's good. Their chemistry. Do you think that's what helped the movie like become even better?
Of course. You can be a great actor, but But if you don't have someone who can complement your energy that you bring into that movie or that set, it kind of you can it's noticeable. It's very noticeable. But they both feed off each other so well because the way they get into a shake and bake.
Yeah.
And then they finally go downhill. He said, "You know what? I came up with a new name, the Magic Man. Now you see me,
No.
now you don't." And I was just like, that was so stupid, but it was so funny. He was like, and Will Ferrell character on there, Ricky Bobby, he like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. He said, "Oh yeah, I think you just jealous that you didn't think of it first." He said, "You're right. That's a great name."
Yeah. and the switch is just so funny because like he really just takes his life like
Right. And then he keeps calling them, and he's like, "Why are you talking to me, man? I don't even know I'm talking to you." He said, "We're not." Matter of fact, before that, when he came home to find out that he just taken his life, and he was like, "Listen, Ricky, you just," he said, "You just lost your home. Not your home." He said, "You just lost your job. You just lost your wife. Don't throw away your best friend." Because Ricky Bobby told him, "Hey, man, we can't be friends anymore. You taking my wife." He like, "Why not?" And anyone else be like, "What you mean? Why not?" But to him, he realized, didn't see a problem with this. He just come, take his wife, his home, and everything.
I mean just everything.
Everything.
And guys, I promise you just gotta watch this movie. It's funny. But even in the beginning when he's on fire.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "You're not on fire, Ricky." "Yes, I am."
Yes, I am. Help me, Tom Cruise. I was like, what? Just that scene right there. And sometimes I find myself about being silly with my friends. I just yell out, "Help me, Tom Cruise." And they like, what? I'm like, y'all gotta watch the movie, man. Y'all gotta watch the movie. But and the announcers, they was like, "How did he get down to his underwear that fast?" I was like, excellent question. I have no idea.
Yeah. How do you like the pacing?
Well, the way it was good the way they did it. I like the way they did it because it's the way everything kind of rolls into each other, like it made sense. Well, only thing that's kind of skeptical to me a little bit in the beginning, well, first off, when the whole career day scene, right? Only thing with that, because I'm like, so he hasn't seen his dad in 10 years, but suddenly his dad just pop up for career day.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I really question big time. I'm like, how did he know about it?
Yeah.
Unless his mama called him or something.
Yeah.
Which,
But the movie's so silly. You just forgive it,
Right.
The soundtrack, after looking at it today, the soundtrack is actually pretty good. Like they did a good the composing, this, but it's just so funny. Like the serious scenes are still funny.
Oh yeah, and like even with the music in the background, you'll be so busy laughing that you don't even really like pay too much attention. You do, but you don't.
Yeah.
What
were the kids' names?
Walker and Texas Ranger. Well, when I heard I died, I was like, what? And dang, what's the dad name? Chip.
Yep.
He said these boys, my grandchildren are horrible. Y'all are raising these boys all wrong. And his daughter's like, his daughter say, listen, they're winners, and winners can do what they want. Somebody, we wanted pussy, would have made. We would have named him Dr. Quinn Madison Woman. I died. I was just like, man, these people are ridiculous. But it was so funny. I was like, the fact that they named a child, one of them's named Walker and the other one's named Texas Ranger.
I mean but it's priceless writing.
Oh yeah.
Like whoever wrote that is brilliant.
Oh yeah. It's hilarious. It is beyond hilarious, man.
Sure. How did you feel about the ending?
And that's the other thing that was so silly. Well, before they even got to that, the fact when the what's his name, John Gerard, when he first gave him the ultimatum, he's like, "Hey, I'll make a deal with you right now. If you kiss me on my lips, You kiss me on my lips, I'll return to France. You'll never see me again. And he's like, they go back and forth. And it was just that whole scene when they right there face to face, and John Gerard trying to rub his nose on his nose. And I was like, he's up there poking their lips out. But at the end, when they finally do, both of them having a great race, is coming down to the wire, and they end up wrecking their cars. And they're both still so competitive, they take off on a foot race because they like, hey, one of us got to win. And the fact that they dive out, boom, and Ricky got him by a little inch. And then at the end, he still kissed her. I'm like, I feel like, okay, hilarious. You could have did that beginning, but, before it got to that. But otherwise, it was pretty hilarious, the whole build up to that classic ending. All the cars crash. It's just them two.
Yep. I think it's hilarious that Sacha Baron Cohen plays the villain, and he's an F1 driver. He's gay. He's like everything NASCAR wasn't at that time, and then he comes over and just starts beating everyone. And Sacha Baron Cohen credited this movie so much to his career, but I don't know if you remember. It was just when I rewatched the movie, I did a little research to find out the cast and everything. Believe it or not, this movie came out 4 months before Borat.
Oh, wow.
So, literally, in his words, this movie helped Borat become the big movie that it became. Because he had fans, but by being in this movie, even more people knew who he was.
Right, because that would made Borat so acceptable, because you already watched him play this I ain't gonna say silly, but this gay character who's, like you say, everything that NASCAR didn't have at the time. So then when Borat came, which was a whole another beast, oh my God, I died laughing on that too, because I was just like, what am I watching?
Yeah. the whole first Borat, the first time you watch it, it is just like, whoa, what just happened? What
oh man, that movie is hilarious. But I see what he's saying, because from Talladega Nights, people knew who he was. Bam, he was the villain and all that. So when Borat came out, people like, oh, that's the old buddy from Talladega Nights.
Yep.
And then when they watched it, they was like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah, I thought Talladega Nights was wild, but this is
a whole nother level.
1 through 10. What would you give this movie?
1 through 10, I'm gonna give it a 9, because it's no perfect movie. There's always room for improvement, but it's definitely a 9.
I would give it a 9 also. Man, do you believe that this movie, I asked all my guests, do you believe that this movie has become a part of pop culture?
Absolutely, because you look at the scenes and stuff they were doing in the scenes now, especially look at the time period that it came out. You look on social media, you see people doing stuff like this all the time, skits and all type of stuff. So
Yep.
Definitely was ahead of its time. And just craziness that went on, the sayings, and just you look at now in the world, different stuff like pop culture is happening all the time. That's how you got a lot of I hate to say social media comics, but they're just doing sketches that was just so crazy, but people reshared it, boom, 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 and they got famous off of it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely had a big influence on pop culture.
Nice. Well, thanks so much for coming on to the movie review, man. What would you like to say to your fans? And please tell people where they can follow you.
Good people, listen, no matter what you're doing today, take some time out, watch Talladega Nights. I suggest having you a couple of drinks, a couple of shots. It's going to make it even funnier. But also, as far as me, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on the Jermaine Glass, or Team Enlightenment is one word. And y'all make sure, subscribe, follow, share, and spread the word. And y'all come out, support the shows and different stuff going on. And whatever you do, don't forget, if you're not first, you're last.
Like I said, guys, please go check out Jermaine Glass. The guy's hilarious. And thank you guys so much for listening, and have an amazing day.